Hi folks, welcome to the Champions of Westeros tournament. So we have another final coming up, and this is Winter 2025 edition. So yeah, we recorded many of these finals in a row until the last one. What happened last time? I think we were in Budapest, so we had to miss it. Yeah, watched it on my phone, and hopefully everyone found the link that Jink posted. He recorded it. But now it's another final, and it's two interesting players. So on the one hand, we have martifoz, one of the best players in the world, of course, won Starek 3 times, incredible win rate. Not a prominent name in the Champions of Westeros, I don't think. Hasn't played that many of them, to be fair. And we have a player who has nothing in his jousting pavilion profile. First tournament for, let's get this right, so jfyjk. I have to find another nickname for him, I think. But yeah, reaching the final here, his very first tournament, assuming there's no other jousting pavilion profile that we should be looking at. So that's quite an achievement, and we'll see how it goes. So what have the players been playing? Okay, mix of decks for martifoz. Some Tyrell played in this one. And here we have Targaryen and Baratheon mix, but towards the end mainly Targaryen. Okay, so the game is supposed to have started. Okay. They will start now. And yeah, this could be quite an achievement. So we have how many players? 76 in this one. Still a lot of pavilion points on offer for those who care about that. And this is, of course, the final tournament before the World Cup starts, but also the next Champions of Westeros also is starting soon. Registration is open for that, so the spring edition should be. And I will, of course, post a link to the registration form in the description of this video. I'm not sure if you can nowadays even register directly on Jousting Pavilion. Have to double check that. So, let's have a look. So Harren going to his trusty Greyjoy Fealty. Played at the last Stark tournament to reach the last 16, I believe. And bit of lag at the start. And we have Bara Knights, one of my favorite decks recently. Greyjoy can defend themselves against targeted kill and against Morgulis pretty well, but place in shadows is a little bit different. But yeah, we'll see how easy it is to actually pull it off, because there's some conditions. So Dark and Full of Terrors is Strength 3, which is not going to touch Ictarion. You have to do it on the Palace turn, assuming this is all in the deck. I'm guessing here a little bit that it's the deck that Gabriel Runner has been playing lately. And of course...
Yeah, I just wanted to comment. You did make a lot of assumption on what he's playing. It
yeah,
could be a different Battle Knights deck.
it could be. I mean, some of the 7 characters are also knights, so it could be focused on that. But I'm not sure that's the right agenda. It could be. I was going to say Banished, of course, needs to win the power challenge. Okay, it's incredibly difficult to defend Greyjoy's power challenges, but to beat them on attack is a little easier in Baratheon and can be done. So I think we'll see pretty soon what kind of deck it is. Okay, yeah. So far, it's the deck we were talking about, basically, because there's a Relore guy here. So mix of knights and Relores, and the Godry is, of course, both. There's another one planned in the next cycle who covers both of those traits. It's a really nice potential character to add to this. And of course, Bara draws 3.
Knight's agenda is really safe against Greyjoy Fealty, I think.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't imagine Harden plays the Knight.
Well, I can tell you that in the which year was it? 2023 Eight Regents tournament when I was in Team Tyrell. We also made this assumption that Knights would be safe. We played Knights against Greyjoy, and they. I can't imagine that they would do it intentionally, but they had a Banner Lion deck. I think it was Right Way Down who played it. He was quite an unknown player at the time. We were thinking this is going to be an easy win for us possibly, and that Banner Lion deck had all kinds of knights, and we found ourselves in trouble in that matchup, rather surprisingly.
Yeah, interesting enough, they also played in that same year uh, Banner Lion against our Stark Knights. Yeah, but we did a bit better than I guess you have.
Okay, so Euron is here with his silence, so that's a really good start. And of course, the presence of Vardis is annoying, so you have to play around him. And this is one way of doing that, so you can intimidate him before he can defend military. The other, of course, is to just bypass him or make him unable to defend, which Greyjoy will at some point be uh, able to do, I imagine. And duping locations, this is one matchup where you better do that, yeah.
Even now, I mean, silence could bring in
The raiding
um,
longship, yeah. But
well, but raiding launch doesn't work.
yeah,
I think
that's
Grey goes
dangerous.
well.
If you do raiding longship, he's still participating. Yeah, I have to Grey Ghost him.
Yeah.
But you have to. Ooh, nice. You have to also be a little bit careful with
Mhm.
Vardis. So he works on reasonably big boards, but if you're sacking him when defending military and then claiming something and then you're down to one or two characters, that's not the best. Delena will stop Euron standing. For the moment, he's okay though, just doing one challenge. But yeah, Delena being there, unprotected at the moment, so we'll see if Haren wants to just kill her off because she's going to block Victorian stand also.
Yeah, maybe if there's a reason in hand, you just try to kill her immediately. I don't know.
Now what do you do here? Just leave it so that there's at least something to attack back, or do you defend and then there's the inevitable raiding longship coming in? And if you don't defend, there's the inevitable Great Kraken. But also could be nothing. Let's see. Yeah. So it can intimidate anyone here. Greyjoy does have some annoying cards and they actually got unrestricted a little bit. Raiding Longship was restricted for quite some time. It's free now.
I don't think I remember it being restricted.
Oh
This
yes.
wasn't that
It was
shortly
restricted
ago.
and then podded for a while with Maiden's Bane.
There's one banished gone.
Good job as well because Bara will probably do some power challenges successfully even if you hit them with Intimidate. Now what?
I wouldn't imagine you want to trigger Vardis here.
No, question is, do you
Mm.
defend expecting some kind of... Well, but we already had one unopposed, so I guess it's not super problematic. Could leave it. No obvious claim soak. Alistair don't want to waste, and they're not
Yeah,
taking dupes
dupes are not
against
safe.
Greyjoy. Yeah. Could kill Vardis, but then he is deterrent at the moment when there's no stealth and Grey Ghost. Might trigger Alistair and then try to do 2 challenges. Or just take the chamber. Ah, takes the dupe. It's not bad. It's not bad because you will be winning one challenge and then either power or chamber. Well, actually, no. What am I talking about? He's done military first, so if he does power, then Greyjoy is winning dominance, right? Now let's see. Dupe or eager deckhand? I think deckhand. Yeah. But that's the thing, unless Morgulis is played right now, Bara will be drawing 3 again. Can play a lot of stuff.
But it's a decent possibility to Morgulis, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't have taken the Godrid up here. Just probably waste Alistair. Okay, it's a bit of a shame, but still. Or Vardis. So at some point Greyjoy will play it aggressively, and then none of the former champions and Hedge Knights and stuff like that, none of that will survive Morgulis ever. So the ones that can be duped, you kind of want to have duped. What else is duped in this deck? 3 copies of... There's only one Andrew Estermont. Not sure which copies of Unix are 3, obviously Melisandre. Maybe Courtney, but I doubt it. Yeah. The plot deck will not naturally stop Greyjoy if you play barring and then expose, which is the plan in this with this deck. Oh, okay. Now we have a different card than we're used to, right? Feast for Crows.
Also not what we're used to in Greyjoy Fealty, I think.
Yeah. To be fair, we've watched Alex a lot, so we kind of have that deck in mind. But of course, here is another expert Greyjoy Fealty player with some slightly different ideas. I guess supporting the fate is to cover one matchup that could be slightly tricky, which is things that jump a lot, and possibly things that play a lot of kill events or burn events or stuff like that.
I mean, there's a lot of shadows around.
Yeah.
Here it will actually stop all the tricks with these events that they usually have. Although I don't know if there is any now that banished was discarded.
But a reasonably good chance that we might see High Road at some point, I think.
Does High Road work for events and shadows?
Yes. Hmm. Not super big. I was just wondering at what point we'll see Victarion or Balon come into play, because there will be the Harris on the other side, so... Uh, well, what does he stop is the question. He will stop Andrew Estermont. He's not bestowed, never mind, okay. Doesn't care about abilities. Yeah, this deck doesn't... It's not that high on triggers, but there could be Melisandre and you don't want her triggering here, right?
Yeah, but I think he can put gold on Bang Brother with Lucas, right?
Yeah, at some point, but not in marshalling where Melisandre will just kneel one. And then I was going to say also could be important at some point to cancel Imri.
I mean, Vardis obviously,
Mhm.
you don't want to keep playing around him, but
And this guy is good. Now
but probably only one copy, so it's not gonna be duped.
will we see the Iron Throne, or is Baratheon going to have to constantly keep that Feast for Crowns in mind to get the power actually? Silence there again, right? You just never know what's coming. It could be another raiding longship. It could be Maiden's Bane if you left stuff unopposed. Then Euron just goes crazy. Dupe for Vardis actually,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, that's unusual.
Well, Greyjoy down to 4 cards and no Great Kraken and no Iron Gate. So,
We don't
wonder...
know that for sure. They could be great Kraken in hand.
It could be, but it's not in play. I wonder how many reasons.
At least one.
But I can keep doing this. This is the beauty of this deck. You play out your 7 characters. Okay, on the Morgulis turn, now Vardis survives, so you would still draw 3, I guess. But you keep drawing them. Although without the Iron Throne, reserve is 4. That sucks a little bit. And this is, at first glance,
You can
defendable.
you can defend, but you have to defend with at least two, possibly three.
Yeah, at what point do you just leave it is the question, because you want Chamber and Bastard of Nightsong, but then what does Lucas say? Attacking Raider. So Euron, the Stony Shore Raider, and himself, and he has no limit.
I usually try to defend. I mean, oppose, I think.
Well, with the one that's
Mm.
getting claimed, that forces the
Yeah,
raiding
yeah.
longship to kneel for this one, I guess.
Yeah, Lucas doesn't trigger at that point, right?
No. How about defending with the Vanguard Lancer?
Sounds like the plan, I think.
Is he getting claimed?
Well, is he even getting killed?
I'm sure he is. If not raiding longship, surely the Iron Fleet Scout. No, doesn't care.
Doesn't want to get the nil, maybe? Intrigue is just unopposed, guaranteed, right? If you do it with Lucas.
Mm-hmm. Now, will he put Euron in? No, he doesn't. Was thinking maybe on Neil, Bastard of Nightsong, and then there's not much left in terms of power icons, and Bara can't win a power, so don't even need to worry about it.
You could place gold on Stony Short Raider to nil chamber.
Yeah, but if you're getting just the one, I think begging brother. Okay, now we'll see. Begging brother takes the gold. Barat doesn't care about claim, obviously.
Mm.
Now do you do power and concede everything back? What's coming? Ah, Grey Ghost. Okay. Could have done that sooner. Oh, but there's no gold anyway, even if you draw with not so. Okay, doesn't want the Lena to defend, wants either Bastard Knights on Goron unopposed. Yeah, I don't think Bara will defend at this point. Four, okay. Could defend with 6, 1 gets removed and then it's opposed, but that's about it. And Elena could get intimidated, which means no power icons left. I think you just leave it. Then if Yoran doesn't intimidate Godry, then all 3 challenges can be initiated and not all will be defended. Plus Bara is playing for dominance, right? Wouldn't usually advise to just leave it against Greyjoy Fealty, but at some point these days, it wasn't always the case, but these days when they attack, it's so difficult to defend anything. Either there's must stealth on everyone from Asha, or there's raiding longship or 2, there's Grey Ghost. They even intimidate. Or you just, sometimes you can oppose, but it takes so much and then you're not achieving anything on your side. Could throw in that Lancer, but it's the last challenge, so for sure the longship will just get him. I don't think anything is achieved by doing that. And now the raider gets the gold, okay. And what will Euron choose? Yeah. He was cancelable. Now what's the dominant situation? So we have 7 on Greyjoy's side. We have also 7 without former champion on the Bara side. So I would suggest just doing military with the Lancer instead. Or that. Makes sense. And you can attack with Godry as well, right? Greyjoy isn't triggering anything on defense. But now it doesn't matter anymore. You can attack into Alanis, but it's not doing anything, so might as well pass. Yeah. So who's winning this one? It's not so easy to say. But the fact that Morghulis kills Delena permanently, if there's a reason for Euron, I think Greyjoy could be doing quite alright here. But yeah, important that Vardis is duped, so you keep drawing 3 even if you get Morghulis. There might be only one Delena in the deck, not sure. Here we go. Now it's the one where it's dangerous. If Victarion comes into play, can't really put him in a challenge. Well, Balon's a bit safer, he can do one without kneeling. And we have now a save and we have a cancel for Melisandre. Ooh, but just playing out everything also. Now what? If he successfully puts something into shadows, he has to then play the barring so that it doesn't come out. But if he doesn't, might be looking at Dohaeris possibly in the near future, because Haren has played out most of his hand. And there's some bigs in play here.
I mean, he will draw some more with Brand Builder, then he can trigger the gate.
But he does draw non-characters with Brand the Builder.
Yeah, but you know, if you draw enough non-characters eventually, then you top the characters. Is the logic, I guess, right?
If you trigger Iron Gate, there's still 8 gold on the Morghulis turn, just from what's in play now. Or 9 even, with Gates of the Moon. So you can play a full Victarion and something else.
Yeah, he didn't even play the gates opening.
I have to say, it does annoy me how Greyjoy
9
does
initiative
that. Yeah.
on a 3 initiative plot.
Ooh.
To be fair, he did items.
Now we'll know if... Oh, we'll know nothing, never mind. But now you
Need another one.
can't cancel Melisandre, but okay, we're out of gold. Well, that's too bad. 4 gold left, okay, so could be 2 copies of Dark and Full of Terrors in theory. That's not the worst thing, I mean, okay, immediately triggers the gate here. Balon's not gonna kneel. Probably Kerwin is not going in a challenge. But Lucas is, right? Or do you just say, okay, let's not get super ambitious this round? But you have Brand the Builder rebuild. Well, if it's in hand, I think it's getting played. Yeah. Got very close to getting Intimidate, but you can never be first player. But if he's left standing, he could maybe Intimidate Baron or something, and then you play another one of those events. Nothing to be done here. I think Red Priest can die because he failed to trigger anyway. Unless you're trying to actually push through the intrigue. Maiden's Bane kind of useless here. Well, so what did Grey Ghost do? Godric can defend, okay. There's one Reading Longship and a standing silence. Ooh, that duped Vardis. Trying to stick Baron in shadows, I think. I mean, Lucas is in shadows, Baron is in shadows. You play Baring, they're not coming out. That's okay. But what are you going to do when Alanis and Euron are left for Morghulis and you have nothing? And Elena is dead and Maiden's Bane is there. What will happen to Bara? Do they have stuff in hand still? There we go. Now if you didn't have Baring, Balon almost can come out on the Morghulis turn with all the gold. On a normal turn he can just come out, there's plenty of gold. On the Morghulis he's just a bit short because the reducers don't work on stuff in shadows. You have to actually pay. There was another one of these. Well, I would say at the moment that Bara is actually winning. Bara will get, now that Lucas is gone and no more begging brother, oof, okay. Bara will get power back with Bastard Nightsong and Dominance probably. So a lot of power. But then I don't know what happens
But then
next round.
Margulis, I don't know.
I'm sure Greyjoy will Morgulis.
No, yeah, what else? Right.
Although there is only one palace turn and those two events are gone, so I mean if you have more bigs you could not Morgulis, play them out and get the Greyjoy power gain, right? Victarion doing his thing with Great Kraken in play or whatever, and it goes remarkably quickly. But
I mean,
those cards are not there.
you can just borderline do it without. I mean, if you play Margulis
There's
and
the Kraken.
you get some.
Morgulis and play them out. Yeah.
Yeah, Margulis and play Victarion. That's gonna be real fast turnaround, I think.
I guess
Assuming you
so.
have Victarion at this point.
We'll have unopposed military here, that's 4. We'll get power, that's 5. Bastard Nightsong 6. Renowned Forum Champion 7. Chamber and Dominance 9. It's going to be 9-3.
Sorry, I wasn't fully paying attention. What happened on the Feast for Crows turn?
He did win Dominance just about. He got 1 unopposed military because there was no icons. Oh, and an additional unopposed because Alanis can get stealthed here. Can get up to 10 if I counted correctly. If more stuff was duped and you had initiative, which is difficult against Greyjoy even when they Morgulis because they have like 5 modifiers there.
How much is Barry got? 2 or 3, I think.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah. So that's not winning. Expose has how much?
I think 5.
5. So that's not winning either. But it does get rid of a lot of annoying things.
I mean, it's not like he's on 13, right? He's on 10 and former champion is about to die.
I mean, it's not like expose would be bad.
No, depends if he plans to put more stuff in shadows. There we are. Yeah, duped Bastard of Nightsong or something like that, and I think Bara is doing really well. Still might be. some of those cards in hand are non-characters, although now I think Kraken's coming to draw some. Ooh, just plays the reason on Alanis, so she stays duped.
Mm.
Yeah, might be running into problems with claim, so fair enough.
It all depends on whether he stopped like Victorian, I think.
Yeah, if Victorian's there, he single-handedly basically opposes anything Bara does. I mean, he does all kinds of challenges as well. There's now Maiden's Bane, so don't need to use his ability to stand him.
Hmm.
It's only another Euron.
You.
He's not so good, needs another Raider at least, an Orc Retriever.
And he's gonna put another warship in, and
Mm-hmm.
then one of those eager deckhands will come. If Alanis draws eager deckhand, it's still action window to put her in, right?
Yeah.
I mean, still the same action window, right? Yeah.
But why dupe the Great Kraken
Mm.
against this deck? Don't need to protect that. You can't.
It's not entirely guaranteed that he's not gonna play political disaster.
Okay. Um,
Although
so
I don't know if he has another location for silence, because otherwise you can put in dupe, right?
yeah, just going to mention
But
that.
he
So
probably.
if you can put in the dupe, but it will not stand your run. So
Oh, it will not send you that.
that's a bit of a waste. But I would keep it in hand for claim soak.
Mhm.
Unless he plans to intimidate everything, which he could. He found the Raider, so now Maiden's Bane, Euron does 3, right?
Yeah, I mean, unless Bara has some characters and a lot of attachments on them, I don't know.
I mean, one Melisandre to kneel him, and then if there's no ship, he is basically done. That would do it.
Yeah.
Eager deckhand, by the way, can't come in this round because of barring. Added bonus.
Ah, okay.
There we are.
Hmm.
Now, if he doesn't have a warship, sad day for him. I don't remember exactly all the triggers from Brand the Builder. Anything to think about? If he doesn't need Euron, then we'll know he has some weird tricks.
Well, if he doesn't need Euron, he could just gamble that, okay, he's probably gonna have something to stand him, it's better to need something else, but I don't think so.
No, because he single-handedly does all challenges with Intimidate. So.
Mm.
This guy is 3 copies, of course. Yeah, better Intimidate him. Don't want him winning a challenge. But I think, yeah, he's fine.
Mm.
Here's where it starts turning around, right? Yeah. Now Bara will have to expose Duplicity to get rid of those 3 in shadows, and then the Harris. But yeah, Euron alone is doing the business, so not like the Harris is terrible. Just I think Alanis goes now. Although, you know, he might not have another one next round. It's not like you have an unlimited number of ships. And then if Melisandre does kneel him,
Next round, he's gonna have another begging brother.
yeah, he might.
Think he might have all the ships in play.
Yeah, he's
No.
going to draw 3 now though, I think, or 2 for the Kraken. Well, depends. Depends what his hand is like. He could say, okay, let's start rushing, but I think draw at this point.
So that's one refurbished Hulk that's missing and one Iron Fleet Scout. Trying to see what else is in the deck in terms of warships.
And you know the deck.
I mean, I don't know. Can you think of something else that is in the deck?
Foam Drinker.
Okay.
Okay, it's just grabbing power for Kraken. And he has dominance as well, so no need to worry about the chamber. And it was 10-3, now it's going to be 9-9. 6 power swing on a 0 claim turn, where you have 2 gold base value, so
He could have an extra character and still wouldn't be able to defend anything.
that's vintage Greyjoy. So you have to play expose, I think. You can play another barring, but the problem is that Greyjoy will get 6 power again if Melisandre Nil doesn't work, and then that's game.
I mean, if Melisandre doesn't work, or if just I don't think Melisandre can work if Victarion comes in, which eventually, sooner or later, you know.
Mm-hmm. Could have a Melisandre Nil and Imri, and then if when Euron stands, you trigger Imri to kneel all of them, and then you do 2 claim power with Ronet and trigger chamber. Well, chamber is going to be nailed, but okay. And
I mean,
you have some chance.
I don't imagine. I mean, you're gonna need a few locations to be able to kneel everything
Well, currently
within
there's
the.
4 and there's 4 characters, so
I mean, presumably he might marshal something else.
another barring, but there's no time. Draws 3, half the deck drawn. I assume there's 2 Imris in there. Maybe there's 1, I know I saw a deck with 1 and then added 1 myself. I think 2 is a reasonable number for Imris.
Are they getting Victarion?
If we are, then that's game because he can't be stopped. Balon can be
Only
stopped, so
Baelon.
Balon's not so urgent. But now you, if you
Oh, what's this?
play exposed, then Balon's still there, and if you do Harry's, stuff comes out of shadows.
I mean, now what comes out of shadows is a Euron dupe and a Balon dupe. I don't even know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you can't do Harry's because then the real copies come out.
Yeah.
So needs Throne and another location and Imri, and then a Chad for Melisandre to pre-kneel Euron. But then, yeah, he's not going to trigger silence, is he? Until Imri is gone. Could play Silisi, she's alright, but somehow I don't think she's in the deck.
Well, there could be like one copy.
Could have Imri and Sin in Flames. Get rid of the warship in hand and need Euron.
Well, but no, not really. Right? Because it
What?
can just be first action.
What can be first action?
Silence trigger if you need Euron.
No. You wait for the challenges, then you play Sin in Flames and discard the warship. Then whatever Melisandre is and Ymrin is, and nothing stands back, right?
Okay. Oh,
That's the first part. Slight problem though that Bara is not getting to 15 even if they have an Imri success here, and they'll be sacking all of their locations just to survive.
I don't think they'll win. Yeah.
Mm. Needs at least another character to do all three challenges unopposed. That would be 14 and dominance 15. Yeah, it works. Because it's to claim power from Ronet, so. There we are. Very nice win for Baratheon. Ymri to the rescue again.
You didn't account what happens if Greyjoy has two warships in hand, though.
There's another location. Just need an Acolyte of the Flame and the Sin in Flames.
I think Acolyte of the Shadow would be more likely, or Shadow the Acolyte, I don't know what it's called.
Sure.
It's pretty good in this type of deck.
Even Dragonstone Faithful would do it. Just another character so that you can do all three challenges. Otherwise you can't get to 15. In that hypothetical scenario where Sin in Flames is played. I don't think that's in the deck though, because you have 3 Banished and 3 Dark and Full of Terrors. You could have Sin in Flames. Could have Red Priest. Red Priest checks and sees no warship. But then you're missing a location, right? No, Melisandre is one. Okay, never mind. So that's the character we needed. So just Sin in Flames now. Can't believe how close it is to the actual plan that can get Bara to win here. It's a complicated plan, so I was thinking about it. So okay, needs the extra renown, but that's not gonna do it. So he doesn't have it. I think. Well, we'll see, but I don't think he has it. He could still play Sin in Flames, then sack all 5 locations, right? Actually,
Yes.
no, he can't. He can't do that anymore.
Why not?
Because he would spend 1 gold and then dominance would be tied. You can only win if you win dominance, otherwise it's 14, I think. Well, then let's just survive the round. But how? How many raiding longships? 2 in play, plus Grey Ghost. No, no chance.
No, I don't think so either.
Hmm.
Yeah, whatever the Shadow's not gonna do it, I think.
Could be Red Keep Gowler. It's an additional character. Well, so Greyjoy wins if you do nothing, right?
Kaj je? Sorry, what?
If you do nothing, Greyjoy wins, so you have to Imri and see if there's a warship. Right?
I mean, I suppose.
So
Yeah.
it's all going to be unopposed, nothing you can do. First action is just going to Grey Ghost something there. Then you have raiding longships, two of them, and you don't have.
Yeah,
You have stealth as well. So, and then he will of course intimidate when you fail to defend the first one. So it's going to be what 3 unopposed is 12, and Theon will get power is 13, and power claim 14, and 2 Krakens already 16. There we are.
There we go.
I have to sack all of them.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happens next round.
Greyjoy still probably has a return to the fields or something to absolutely guaranteed win initiative, and you can do Harris without Econ. It's not going to help.
So,
Had it
naturally.
twice. Oh, and it's this one as well. Just for good measure. That's a very decent game for Bara, but just missing a bit. Not even missing the dupes, because Bara can still do challenges after Morgul and still has a board. That's not a problem. You couldn't oppose even if you had 3 characters more, because of all the
He did
Greyjoy stuff.
get trigger that apparently tries to trigger still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Greyjoy's just getting power regardless. It was all about actually reducing Greyjoy's board to virtually nothing. That's the only hope. But couldn't be done. If Delena was still alive, then absolutely could be done. Then Bara would already have won, I think. But I think there's only one copy in the deck, because it's a deck about knights and lords, so not supposed to counterstand that much. But she does find Bastard of Nightsong very nicely. Not fully conceding, but there is no counterplay to this. Yeah, my red keep Goler also doesn't work because of barring. Well, we know there's no characters in Shadows for Bara.
Yeah.
It's Pinch and Banished.
But then I don't think it was the right play to put it in Shadows if you had this plan where you win if there's no worship in hand.
You don't win.
Yeah, but if you didn't spend the gold.
Oh yeah, without the Sin in Flames play, sure, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if there is no worship, which it's not completely unlikely, right?
Eh,
I don't know the exact stats, but
maybe. There's
a
also
lot
we take Westeros revealed, so first action could be to take Iron Gate, right? Is there one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you trigger that and gives you more chances. And the Lannis triggers once from that as well, right? Yeah. So you can draw 3 more cards. I don't know how many warships there are left, but I mean, the fact that Greyjoy filters them, that is a thing, right? So we had one brand builder here. They filter them a little bit to find them earlier, so then the rest of the deck could be a bit lower on warships. As you said, we don't exactly know what else there could even still be. Can Greyjoys play Night Flyer? Or is that restricted?
Um,
They can, right?
no, I think they can, yeah. Can they?
I've never seen it, or not for a long time, but I think it's legal.
I've seen, I think last year, a hero played it in World Cup. I mean, Chinese Greyjoy Fealty had it. Hero, I think, was their main Greyjoy player. Yep. Oh, still has one more challenge to go.
Mhm. Good players just pass and win dominance. Although if you're first
Never.
player, then opponent has to also pass. And you never know.
There's no reason to pass here.
Could be. So that was a pretty good game. That was pretty enjoyable. Yeah, but same old result. Greyjoy Fealty. I feel like I complained a lot about Targaryen and Lannister, especially Lannister over the last year, but Greyjoy has avoided the restrictions they should have got really. Because
Yeah,
it's
but
not like it's an outrageous deck and it's broken or anything. But it's just been here and it's so solid, and you can't say that other stuff should be restricted and then leave this. That's just here to stay as a tier 1 deck for years and years. So, I don't know.
yeah, I agree. But I will say that if this was instead Red Priest instead of Ruler Infiltrator, then I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a decent chance.
we don't know exactly what the other three cards are, plus whatever Alanis
I mean,
would grab.
it's
But
probably not Red Priest, you know. I think he would have played that. Seems
yeah,
like
yeah,
a
no.
reasonable
I
guy.
I mean, we don't know if there's an additional warship. We could have
Oh,
like a
yeah,
thousand of
yeah.
them, but yeah, that could have been interesting. Okay, so that's it for tonight. Let's see if they will update it. Well, probably not right this second, but martifoz is our champion in the winter 2025 edition, and spring's coming up. I'm not sure how well attended it will be. I see a lot of people registering on Discord. Uh,
Mhm.
I mean, the bot that announces when someone registers is quite busy. Not that you can register specifically on Discord. I will put links in the description of this video with the registration form, and I'll double check if you can register on Jousting Pavilion these days, but I think not. I think you have to do the form like always. And yeah, so it could be some players, but also we have a busy couple of months with the World Cup coming up. We have 19 teams as of tonight, but looking for 20, and then we're already past the deadline, but 19 is an awkward number, so as soon as you get number 20, that's registration done, and then yeah, going into that tournament pretty soon, so looking forward to it.
Yeah. Congratulations to both of the players. I mean, if that is in fact his first tournament, Mr. jfyjk
Hmm.
did an amazing job, and
Yeah.
Aaron, great as always. So
we can investigate that a little after tonight. But
Yeah.
definitely not a beginner player here, that's for sure. I gave it a really good effort here, but just wasn't enough.
Mhm.
Well, so let's end it here. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye bye.